I've got the Weber Kettle fired up, I've got some pecan wood, and I've got 3 turkey legs. Not from the same turkey, I hope. Yep, smoked turkey legs today. We've got probably about 5 hours ahead of us in cooking time. Prep time is going to be easy. Before I get the turkey legs out to rub them, we got to make the rub. Super simple rub, 4 ingredients. Got 4 tablespoons of a finely ground brown sugar. This has gone in a food processor and been ground down so it's almost like dust. Might have a few lumps in it. Got 2 tablespoons of smoked paprika, a teaspoon of black pepper, and a teaspoon of Penzeys Northwoods Fire Spice. You can use any sort of spice you want here. I just like this Penzeys spice. Put the lid on, shake it up. You can see the really light color of this, but that's okay. Our turkey legs are going to darken up with a sauce we're going to be putting on them later. Let's give this a quick taste. Sweet heat. I love rubs like this. You've got that sweet note from the brown sugar and that almost background heat from that Penzeys Northwoods Fire Spice. You could use cayenne, chipotle chili powder, or any other kind of spice you want in this, or none at all if you don't want it spicy. Let's get those turkey legs out and get them rubbed. So these are our 3 turkey legs. Now these turkey legs have brined overnight, and the mixture for the brine was a cup of brown sugar, a tablespoon of salt, and about a tablespoon of leftover spicy rub that I had from that volcano steak I did last week. I've taken these out, rinsed them off, dried them off a little bit. There's going to be some moisture coming out of them. They've been brined, but now it's time to get our rub on them. Doing this on a tray to control the mess. Good rub all over them. It's going to be a good amount of flavor coming not only from the brine, but from that pecan smoke today too. You can see how much moisture is in here from that brine. When I've done turkey legs before and I've brined them, they just plump up. They just suck that moisture in. And for a relatively long smoke with the poultry like this, you want that moisture in there. This is going to be minimum 3.5 hours, probably closer to 5. It just depends on the size of the turkey legs, and every piece of meat's a little different. All right, our 3 turkey legs are ready. The kettle is up to temp. We're going to be doing it between 225 and 250 today. It's running about 275 right now. Once we get these turkey legs on, it'll moderate down. We'll just keep an eye on it and try and keep it around that 250 mark today. So let's head outside. All right, I have the Weber Kettle set up with just 1 briquette basket, about 3/4 full. It's not going to take much today to maintain this temperature. I could use a snake method and things like that, but I just like using my briquette baskets. So let's get these turkey legs on and add some pecan wood. You can also see I have my temperature probe over here so I can monitor what the temp is today. All right, we're going to put our turkey legs on, meaty side towards the briquettes. Very bright sunlight out here, it might be hard to see, but let's get our little stick of pecan on. We'll let that start smoking. Just waiting for that to catch just a little bit before we put the lid on, which will smother the fire and allow the smoke to fill the kettle chamber. You can smell that pecan already. All right, she's burning. Let's get our kettle lid on. I'm going to put the vents over the turkey. Might be hard to see in this light, but we've got good smoke coming out. And as you see, I put the vents over the turkey. I've had a lot of comments and videos because people have seen me sometimes put the vent directly over the briquettes and the smoke. And the comment is usually, well, that just lets the smoke and the heat go straight up and doesn't get to the meat. That isn't necessarily true. The kettle is such a contained unit. There is smoke filling that. Sometimes I will put the vents directly over the briquettes to help in burning. You get a direct airflow up through that briquette basket, especially if you're using those straight out those vents. Helps the charcoal burn better, hotter. You may want to increase your temperature. That's the reason I do it sometimes. There's no lack of smoke getting to the meat. Now, Generally, I like to keep the vent over the meat because it allows the heat and the smoke to flow that way and then out. That airflow, that heat flow, that smoke flow moving over the meat is the best way to do it, I believe. There are just sometimes when I want those vents over the briquettes to help with the heat management. That's all. So I'll bring you back in a little while when we're going to add charcoal, take a temperature reading probably around the 3-hour mark. See you then. It's been just about an hour and our temperature's down to about 225. I just want to get some fresh charcoal in there and knock some of the ash off. See how we're doing. Those are already great looking turkey legs. Oh, I really wish the light was better because they are gorgeous. Just really good looking turkey legs. Just knock our ash down. Get some briquettes in. I was using leftover charcoal that had been smothered from a previous cook. These are the first fresh briquettes getting in there. Also want to get a fresh piece of pecan in there. Start generating some more smoke. Smells really good out here. Not only the pecan, but those spices coming off the turkey legs. Just a really good scent. All right, I'm going to get this covered up, let it start building back up to temp. I'll bring you back around the 3-hour mark. That's when we're going to check temperature and sauce these. Okay, we're at about 2 hours and 20 minutes in, and I just came out to add another piece of pecan, decided to do a quick temperature check, and we're moving really quick here. We're in the upper 140s now. We're shooting for 165 internal on these turkey legs, so I don't want them to overcook before I get the sauce on them, so we're gonna sauce them now. Just gonna get these turkey legs into our foil pan here. Get them all sauced at the same time. And what I'm using for a sauce here is an organic brown sugar barbecue sauce from Trader Joe's, and I've added some of the leftover rub that we put on these turkey legs into it. Get a nice little bit of sweetness and spice, and a nice glaze on these too after we get them back on. Make sure we get both sides here. They smell really good, I can tell you that. All right, let's get these back on the grill. See that our piece of pecan has ignited. That'll go out as soon as we get these back on and the lid on. Okay, let's get our lid back on. Let it keep smoking. I'm going to check these again about a half an hour for temperature. Bring you back then. Okay, let's give these another check now. I have a feeling I may have been off on my temperature read, because I ended up just having to change the batteries in my instant read thermometer. So I think there might have been a false read on this. So let's see where we're at now. Yeah, this is reading upper 130s now, a half an hour after that previous reading. So we had a false reading. Same thing, upper 130s. So these still have a while to go. I'm going to check these again in about 45 minutes. All right, we are just past 3.5 hours now. I just did a quick temperature check. We're now in the upper 140s, 148, 149 in all three of these. We're shooting for 165. That's our safe internal temperature. So we've still got a little bit of time to go. You know, that bad reading on the instant read with the low battery, that happens. It's always good to double check, and if something doesn't feel right, check it again. So these probably have at least 45 more minutes to go, so I'm going to check them again in 45 minutes. But they do look yummy. Okay, we are just past 4.5 hours, I think. Yes, 4.5 hours. Oh, look at that. Such a rich color in there. Do our temperature check. I'm kind of thinking we're probably there. Yep, 166 on this one. We are good. We are coming off. We're going inside, and we're going to taste one of these. All right, there is one of our turkey legs. Just beautiful, beautiful dark mahogany color on it. And I'm going to cut into this before I pick it up and take a bite. So let's get to that. Still a little bit warm, so I got my glove on here. Let's see. Ooh, yes. You got good smoke penetration on this. A lot of juice still coming out of there. Look at that. Ooh, that brining sure is nice. All I've got to say is it's time to taste this. First taste I'm going to have is from that piece that I cut off. Just that color of that skin, it is so dark. Let's go. Oh, wow. Okay, the first thing is that barbecue sauce, perfect with the rub. You've got sweet heat on top of sweet heat. It is just killer. It's almost like candy. And in that sliver of meat right there, you get the smoke penetration of that pecan. You can see it in the meat. You absolutely taste it. Now I got to pick it up and eat it like a drumstick. There we go. I'm going to go on this side right here. Let's see. Wow. Moist all the way through. That brining. What can you say? I wasn't always a big fan of brining. It was always like that extra step you had to take when you could just throw the meat on there. But if you've got the time, it really does help. It really imparts moisture and flavor deep into the meat. This one, you get that brown sugar deep inside this meat along with all the moisture. Oh man. Oh man. I wasn't kidding when I said it was almost like candy. It's not a bark, but the skin, how it absorbed the sauce and that rub. Oh man. You know, and with every bite I take, I get more and more of that smoke penetration of that pecan. I could use something else on this. I do like hickory on turkey, but pecan is just so perfect with this. And the penetration with this, I don't know if it's helped by the brine. I have a suspicion it is because there's so much moisture in there. Smoke loves moisture. The penetration into the meat with that could be helped by it. All I know is it's there and it's amazing. Now I know you could change the rub and you could change the brine. You could change the sauce, make it not hot at all. I just love that combination of sweet and heat. I said it before in this video. Those things together, especially on something like this, which has a very rich flavor in the meat. You're talking a really dark meat in the turkey leg. Adding that heat and that sweetness to it totally complements it. Oh man, there's any on my face, but I don't care. Now I'm not sure about where you are, but around here turkey legs are fairly inexpensive if you can get them and when they're available. I picked these up at Whole Foods and they were only $3.99 a pound. Well worth it. I mean, each one is basically a meal. They're not on the huge size, but they're not on the small size either. They're actually just, for me, the perfect size to have that time on the smoker. If they were any smaller, it would have been probably about a 3-hour cook. As it was, we had a total cook time of 4 hours and 35 minutes. And we were between 225 and 250 the entire time. Actually, right around 230 the majority of the time, probably 75% of the time. It stuck right there at 230, which was perfect for this. So if you're not ready to smoke a whole turkey, if you can get the pieces, if you can get a turkey breast, I've done a video on a turkey breast before. If you can get legs, if you can get wings, they're all good to smoke. But these legs were amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out some of the other videos on my channel and consider subscribing. And if you do, click that bell for notifications. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you again soon.